Game Over 86 coming back with another great video. I hope you guys enjoyed that last video, the Sega Genesis Mini of the last 12 games that we're getting, making it a total of 42. And for those of you guys that are just stopping by, checking out my channel for the very first time, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoy the videos going forward. And if you guys want to check out other videos in the past, I got tons of videos. Oh man, rants, news, game reviews, game pickups, all that stuff, guys. Toy reviews, stuff like that. So if that is anything interesting to you guys, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. I leave the link down in the description box below. And also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this is your first time coming to the channel, or if you guys are recurring or returning, viewer, fans, whatever, subscriber. Let me know down in the comments. I always like to know if there's new people joining onto the platform of YouTube and joining my channel as well. So without further ado, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and my ideas on Google Stadia and what I think that they could change possibly going into the future. I think through this rough, even though they gave people a beta playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but going forward in the future, because I still believe that eventually streaming will be on its own, kind of like a Netflix streaming device, Vudu and stuff like that as well. I still think that gaming streaming is going to have its own, I guess, niche audience or big audience, whether it be, in the next year, next 2 years, who's to know? But I'm going to go ahead and just talk to you guys a little bit about Google Stadia, and I want to give you guys my biggest thoughts and concerns about this. Now, a lot of people, I thought this was kind of cool right here. I'm going to just zoom in with the mouse. And then you zoom out. You're like, wow, Google, you're really tearing it up. Okay, first things first. As we're watching, pretty much we're watching Destiny 2. It's a game that was given away on PlayStation Plus for free, I believe a month or two ago. And the game's like $9. Now, you get the whole game. You get all the add-ons, the new passes, and all the versions and expansions and everything else. By the way, they have a bunch of seasons. Yes, Google is giving this away. With their, I believe, their $129 pre-order edition that comes with like a controller and stuff. We'll get into all that here in a minute. The thing I want to say, though, about Destiny, yes, Bungie has finally taken over fully. Yes, it's been out for a while. Activision no longer controls them, so they are doing better. I play this game off and on throughout the week. When I'm trying to kill some time, and I've been following up on the story and the online play. I still play, unlike some YouTubers that just get on for 5 to 10 minutes and say, this is a great add-on, or this thing sucks. I've actually put in probably over 1,400 hours, legit hours on this game since it's came out, and it's been a while since it came out. But let me go ahead and scroll down so we can all figure out what Google Stadia is trying to do. Now, a lot of people, and I've said this before I want to say anything, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers making these videos. Mostly of them are console fans. No shot at them. I'm just saying it's funny. I've always said this in other videos, and I know a lot of people that always come and watch my channel. You can agree with me on this one. Leave it down in the comments if you're like, yes, you did say that. When I said streaming, who would want to stream in 4K right now anyway with data cap issues? I even said when I streamed that one time, and I wasn't even streaming in 4K. I streamed for about 2 hours one time, and it took up like 150 gig. Now, granted, that was 1080p at 60 frames or plus whatever, but at 4K, I like how the PC guy came out and stated that 65 hours of 4K streaming would be about 1 terabyte of data use, and a lot of people, data 1024 gig to be exact, is their main plan. Then you have to actually pay over so that you don't pay. Now, where I come from, I have an internet Cox, COX, guys, no jokes, and I pay for a little bit higher internet. I do. Now, I get about 1,524 gig of data. But the main data plan is normally for everybody that just gets the regular internet, is pretty much 1,024, which is 1 terabyte of data. Now, here's the downfall. Every 50 gig after that, you have to pay $10. So that doesn't take long when you got streaming devices like Netflix and Hulu and Vudu and all this other stuff, and you play video games and you play online, you download games, you do streaming especially. So I upgraded a little bit too, and when you upload videos, that counts too. So I upgraded, and mine is a 300 meg down, and I think it's like 50 up or 37 up, 50 up, something like that, or down, or up. Yes, God, I'm confusing myself. I got 300 meg down, but the only reason why I did that is because if you don't, on mine, it's weird because like if you get the lower tier, which is 1 terabyte, some people get more download speed even in different areas. But mine is like 1,024 terabyte, which is, their lowest base thing. And it's like 50 or 100 down. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's still really good. Yes and no. I mean, depending on what you want. Depending on how many people are on that network or on your service, if you got kids and they're streaming or you're doing something or you're watching movies, I mean, it does take up some stuff. Now, downloading games don't take as nearly as long, but still, the point is you have to pay extra and you still get it, and I think it's a joke. But to get back to Google Stadia, I've said this in numerous videos, I think it's laughable that they're like 4K 60 frames. Whoopie-doo! Like, most people that play games don't want to stream games anyway, and the ones that do stream games don't stream in 4K 60. They stream at 1080p unlimited normally, 240, 144, 120, 60 if they want, but if they're streaming from a PC, it's going to be more than normally 120. I mean, it's normally 144 is the common, 1080p. And it's like when they try to say this, yeah, it's cool and all. You could just jump on and play wherever. And I get it. Cell phones are really big. You can get on there with a controller and it's probably built into it and just link off or have a connecting piece for it. All this other stuff that they were talking about. But, excuse me, my goodness. When I show the graph here, a lot of people are like, oh, it's only going to take 35 megabytes, up or down, to do 4K streaming at 60 frames. Yes and no. Like I said, it depends on who's all on your service. So if you have 50 down and let's say 15 up or 10 up or 7 up or whatever it is, and you got other people that are playing, I mean, it's going to eat up a lot. A lot of people say, oh, well, this is how it works. It's not always like that because it's not always consistent. I mean, unless you hardwire it in through your computer, but if you're going wireless, it jumps, man. The ping levels, ping matters, not just megabits. So they didn't really explain the ping and all that other stuff, how great your ping will be and all that. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to Google it. I know, and we're talking about Google Stadia. I'm not here to do technical talk, all right, about all this. All I'm stating is, this is what I was meaning when they're like, oh, we can play games at 4K. Yeah, it's all streaming. And a lot of the games that you buy, yes, you can keep, but you have to get their service. And that's what we're going to go to next. And pretty much we're going to name some of the games, actually, and then we'll get to their service. Dragon Ball, you guys can see it here. Doom, Eternal, Wolfenstein, Youngblood, Destiny 2, Baldur's Gate, Metro Exodus, Thumper, Final Fantasy 15, Rage 2, Tomb Raider, trilogy, Samurai Showdown, Football Manager, no one gives a shit. I don't give a shit about that. Get Packed, it looks like a $10 game off of the eShop, no offense, Nintendo fans. The Elder Scrolls Online, Guilt, The Crew 2, The Division 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, of course. A lot of these are Ubisoft games. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which hasn't came out yet, but it'll be on other platforms that you don't have to stream it on. A lot of these games, all these games are coming to multiple plats. I think Guilt may be the only exclusive. I could be wrong. It may be coming to PC. I'm not for sure on that, but I'm not going to say yes or no 100%. Borderlands 3, Farming Simulator, Mortal Kombat 3. I mean, these are just some of the games that they've stated so far. Start playing with Stadia and the Founders Edition, okay? And my biggest concern is all these games, most of them that I know, Baldur's Gate's coming to PC. It'll be coming to consoles later on as well. But it's like you don't have to stream any of these games on your console. You can play them. You don't waste as much data. You won't waste really any unless you play online. So that's kind of a bummer, especially when we get into what you get out of it. Now, the Founders Edition, which they say is $129, they are always like, oh, be the first to get the collective limited edition, edition color controller, and it's like, okay, that's cool. This is all wireless. It's not even, I don't even think like Bluetooth or any of that. It's just wireless. So there's signal connections. I'm sure there might be latency. They didn't talk about latency. They didn't talk about lag. They didn't talk about half that stuff. It comes with the Chromecast Ultra for streaming, obviously Google and stuff to your TV. It comes with be the first to put your name on there. Ooh, cool. Yeah, like, oh, I'm sure people are just dying to pay $129. So they can be like, it's the first one, man. The first one to enter my gamer tag. No one gives a shit, okay? It may not even work. 2 years from now, it's like, oh, they're out and they quit and they give up. Google's been known to do that. But I'm just saying, what if it just flat out sucks and nobody does it? $129 down the drain. No one remembers. Oh, man, he was the first one that LinkedIn. Oh, man. No, I don't care about that. They were trying to make it out to be a big deal. Rush here and get it first. All right. Yeah, no. I don't care about that. The controller looks okay. It looks like an Xbox 360 smashed in with a Nintendo Pro controller and play. I mean, literally, that's all it is. Nothing exciting. Nothing exciting about Google Chromecast Ultra. No one. I mean, to me, when I say no one cares, the majority of the casual people don't really care. Hardcore gamers are like, oh, I'm making all this money on YouTube, or I'm making all this money. They'll probably do it for views, but mostly they're not going to sit there and stream because a lot of them probably have data caps as well. But just to get into the price, let me go ahead and shrink my picture just a little bit more. I know. Anyway, Google Stadia, the base. I mean, it's free. It's coming next year though, but I think they should have started with that. I mean, that would have got people on board. Hey, checking it out, trying it out. Maybe they get like a limited of 5 of them games, or maybe a couple games to try it out. But you get resolution up to 1080p, which I think is better than 4K when it comes to streaming. You'll save more on data. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's not better than 4K. Well, when it comes to streaming, it is, because most people don't have unlimited data. They say they do, but they technically don't. And then at 60 frames, that's pretty cool, because most people play normally at 60 frames or 30. So it's always going to be 60 frames. That's nice. Stereo sound. You don't need 5.1 surround sound. I mean, if you're just gaming, they blow it out of the water. 7.1, all this other stuff. Yes, it's cool. You know, Atmos, surround sound, all this other. It's not the biggest deal, okay? Normally, most people play with headphones anyway, and them headphones have what built into it? 5.1, 7.1, whatever you want. It says buy games whenever you want. Yes. That's the same thing as this. And then this is where it all changes. Additional free games released regularly? No. And then it says Stadia Pro exclusive discounts on select game purchases? No. So it would be like paying for PlayStation Plus or not paying for PlayStation Plus. You get discounts and you don't. But a lot of the discounts, yes, do add up over time, but sometimes it's like, you can pay $19.99 or get the PlayStation Plus discount at $17.99. You're like, wow, you really fisted me there for that dollar. So when I look at that, it's like, okay, you're paying for a service just to get the discount price. But a lot of these games are already free, like Destiny, but this is where we're going to talk about. Stadia Pro, part of the Founders Edition. The Founders. Multi-billion-dollar company. They're like, the Founders Edition. $9.99 a month. Okay, 3 months included in the Founders Edition, by the way, too. But it says resolution up to 4K. So you can do 4K, you can do 1080p, no matter what. You can get 60 frames. You can't get 120 frames, though. You can't. Why couldn't it say up to 120 frames? See, this is where I see some other YouTubers talking about this, and they never mention this. Why can't we do 144 frames at least? A G-Sync. All this other stuff. You're streaming, you can stream through your PC. It should be allowed for everything. If you want to stream on your phone or your console or your TV or whatever, and TVs only run 120 frames per second, technically, then you should be able to game at least 120 frames. It should say frame rate from 30 to 60 to 120 at least. That's what I think. Instead of just up to 4K and then 60 frames. So you're not even getting the best frames anyway that you could get from PC streaming or just playing games on PC anyway. So they lost the PC market, in my opinion, when it comes to that. Especially, they don't want to pay for a service that they already own the games to anyway, that they don't even have to stream. They could just play. Buy games when... That's how I believe. I may be wrong, but I'm saying people that own PC aren't even going to be around this because they already have stuff better than this. Buy games whenever you want. Yes. So you can buy games whenever you want. No shit. Okay, well, why do they even have to put that in there? We all know that we can buy games whenever we want. Why would they take that feature or add that feature away? That's why it's with the free, Stadia base connection. Oh, Stadia Pro, Stadia base. It's like them. It's like Patreon stuff. They always put like top tier, top 1%, man, top 99%. Like, who gives a shit, right? They're just doing it to make you feel better when really they don't care. Anyway, to get back onto what I'm saying, additional free games released regularly. Yes, starting with Destiny 2. By the way, I got Destiny 2 for free on PlayStation Plus. I'm talking fast because I can, baby, because I'm the best. Anyway, I got it for free. Okay, and actually, I didn't get it for free because I bought it when it first came out. I paid $90 for the double expansions. That, Activision was completely drawing out of people and robbing people. They already had the game probably finished, but they're like, oh, we don't want to sell you that for all $60. We can draw 90 out of you, and you can get the extra add-ons that will come, 6 months later. So anyway, this whole collection, yes, you're getting a lot of great content now. Bungie's running it, like I stated before and earlier in the video. But when you think about it, If you have a PlayStation, I mean, if you don't have a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One or a Switch, even though this game don't come on Switch, because the Switch is underpowered. Don't tell anybody, guys. The Switch is underpowered. It can't run a lot of these games because it's just, Nintendo always makes low-powered shit, and then fans say, why can't we have this game? Why can't we have this game? Because it's not powerful enough to even run it. Okay, Team Sonic Crash Racing, whatever you want to call it, it runs at 30 frames on the Switch. That means it's the less superior version than the Xbox, PC, or the PlayStation. So if you were me, I could play it portable or all this. Yeah, no. To me, I would rather play it at 60 frames because it's a better, smoother offense. And people that say that it's not a better, smoother offense, a better, experience, they don't know what they're talking about. Don't listen to them anymore because I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being kind to all these people. 60 frames, by bare minimum, 2019 should be a must. It should have been a must with 90% of the games on PlayStation 4, which some do, and Xbox, bare minimum. I mean, that's what I'm saying. People are getting wiser and smarter. If you think 30 frames is enough, go back to pretty much to Xbox OG. They were running 720p and all that other shit. So anyway, Stadia Pro exclusive discounts on select game purchases. Yes. Ooh, cool. Like I said, it's like having PlayStation Plus. Ooh, you may save only $5. But is it worth it when you're already at your data cap? Is it worth it for people that do multiple streaming stuff throughout the year? Or, throughout the month? Like if you're watching TV on Hulu, and you're streaming it, or Netflix, or Vudu, or whatever you do, Amazon Prime, whatever, and you got kids that also game, and you download movies, or you download music, or you buy movies, or you upload videos, all that, it's going to eat up to where you're not even going to be able to stream and actually get your money's value worth. To me, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, some people probably have better data plans, I'm sure, but the majority of people don't. I mean, let's face facts. A lot of these companies don't care. They're not going to sit there and say, "Oh, well, yeah, we'll give you more data because Google's forcing it." No, they're not going to. If they're the only service provider in your town, tough shit getting better internet. They're just going to gouge you. You got to pay a buttload of money because there's no other competitor around to make that price go down. That's how it all works. But like I said, you get controllers. They all listed out the different color controllers, even though they don't really have them right here right now. But it says give Stadia Pro to a friend. Okay, it says 3-month Stadia Pro subscription to you. You can give away to a friend. So after you pay for it, you can just give it to somebody else that you're like, you know what? I don't want to eat my data plan. I'm going to let my buddy have his data plan 8. And it's just weird because they're really pushing this Destiny stuff. And you would think that they would be pushing that Ubisoft, since Ubisoft was more on board first. But I could be wrong. But when I look at this and I see it for $129, to me it's not worth it for 2 reasons. If you're a gaming console fan or a PC fan already. If you already have the consoles, for the reason is you don't have to stream the games that you already have, like Destiny. If you play online, obviously it's going to use some data, but it's not going to use enough to where in 3 days or a week, you can't do anything. You're done the whole month. So to me, it's not worth it. The other thing that it's not worth it to is for PC gamers, like myself, and other people, is we can do better. We got better. I can do 144 frames. I can do 240 frames on this monitor right here that I'm pointing to right here. But like most people want 144 frames. The smoothest, everything, the experience is so much better. So why would they want to pay somebody $9.99 to stream the games they possibly already own and to only stream them at 60 frames off of their Google Stadia when they could just stream it off of Twitch or wherever at more frames, at running it at whatever they want, and then get games, like I said, and run up their data plan when they don't have to. So that's where I say Google Stadia seems like they're targeting people that only have phones, tablets. They keep saying this consoles or computers or whatever, TVs. If somebody's out there that doesn't have a TV right now with that Google Chromecast built into it, or don't already have one of them features, or a Roku stick, or an Amazon Alexa stick, or whatever you want to call it, if they don't have that stuff already, and I mean like it's 2019, they don't have any PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, any of this stuff, then I could see possibly them people trying it out, getting into it. But I don't see them really spending the $129 for this thing, because if they didn't have the other stuff already with it coming to consoles and computer high gaming PC, because most people have laptops or computers, but it doesn't mean they have a high power gaming PC, then they're not going to spend $129. They may spend $9.99 a month, try it out for a little while. They may do the free option later on. And that's where I say Google Stadia is kind of dropping the ball on this. But I want to know what you guys think, because Xbox is, from this video when it's already being shot, Xbox will already have been done with their E3. Okay? So don't sit back and say, when you see this video and say, well, Xbox just dominated. This video is being shot before E3 Xbox, okay? This video will be shot way before it. And I just want to know what you guys think about Google Stadia. When I see this and I sit back to myself and I think, wow, they really dropped the ball. I'm not being hard on the company. I'm being critical of why did they just not make it free at first and then slowly integrate like a payment thing or $9.99. And just give you some of that stuff so where people can try it out. This ain't proven. This hasn't been around. You know, if PlayStation 4 or if PlayStation 1 came out and made you charge for internet, which internet would have sucked back then. But like, just bear with me on this. They were free. A lot of the things were free. And then PlayStation 4 came and it charged you to have PlayStation Plus, but you got games for free and whatnot. But if they would have charged you ahead of time, way before in the PS2 or PS3 era, you would have been like, wow, why are they charging us? But since you got it for free for so long and PlayStation charges you to get their service, which in my opinion, I hate all that stuff anyway. I think you should be able to play the game that you buy anyway online rather than have to pay a service, a company, a service. But that's for a different video for a different time. What I'm saying is you got to experience. They were proven. Like they proved the PlayStation 1 was great. The PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3 had a little letdown, but some of the games were great at the end of the generation. And the PlayStation 4 comes out and you get the service and you're like, oh wow, I have to pay for the service. Well, I don't mind because Sony has proven to me that they've made great consoles and great games over the year. Same with Nintendo. Granted, their service ain't as good right now, but that's something that they can fix. But Nintendo's always been improving, and they can make changes later on. They haven't really made a whole lot of changes right now, but who's to say that they can't change later? And that's what I'm saying. Microsoft, they've always had their online service. I think it was free on Xbox or OG, and then Xbox 360. I think it might have been a certain price, but I don't know the price because I didn't own the Xbox 360 at the early generation. I got it at the end of the generation when they got all the kinks and things worked out. I got the Slim E model, so I don't know that, but I mean, when you think about it and you see Google Stadia, and what I'm trying to get to is they haven't proven to the consumer market that they're going to be worth it. It doesn't prove to me that that's worth putting $129 down, especially when you could spend that part right there on great games that you don't even have to stream. I mean, there's games right now that'll come out for $60 in a month or two, especially Ubisoft. They'll be $20, $30. I mean, $130 could buy you technically, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. I mean, you could get about 5 games, maybe 4 games, counting tax and all that BS, but that's what I'm saying. People aren't going to want to do that. And even $9.99 a month, you're going to have to give them more variety, especially if they have data caps. And if they have data caps, that's what we're running into, is that they don't make them, it sounds cool, 4K streaming. It does sound cool. But in the long run, the internet's just not all the way there with data caps in a lot of areas. Not just rural areas, man. There's other areas out there to where you still have data caps. And if you go over it, man, they'll throttle your internet or they'll charge you a buttload if you go over. And then if you don't want to go over and have to pay an extra $10 per 50 gig, that's what I have to pay if I went over. You have to pay for that extra addition. Okay, the extra, I pay for 500 extra gig a month, which raises my bill almost $35 extra. Now, is that worth it on top of $9.99 for a service or $120, $130? No, to me it's not. But it could be to somebody out there, like I said, that just has a cell phone or a tablet, or that's not really big into gaming, that travels a lot of places, that always has a laptop. It may not be a high-powered because you don't really need it if they're saying that you can run all this, just a solid internet connection. I mean, even 20 meg down will give you 1080p. 7 meg down, I think it said, will give you 720p, which I don't see anybody really. I mean, there may be somebody out there with that, and I apologize if you have that type of internet. I really do. I can't wait for them to get with the times. But that's what sucks. That's what sucks about streaming and digital, is it's not fully here yet. And I could see in the future, 5-10 years from now, this being a big thing. I just don't see if Google staying with it if it don't turn out to be that good, because they've showed us that over the years of other things that have failed that they tried with. And they're so huge of a corporation. They have a ton of money they can throw at it. but it's got to be proven. So I want to know what you guys think. Leave me down in the comments below. I'm jacked up. I'm excited. It's E3 week, guys, and I know what you guys are thinking. When's this video shot? This video is shot different times, all on the same day, but I do name different dates so I can get them out because I'm not always there on that same day. I think a lot of people understand that. So I do want to say, when I say, hey, it's Monday or it's Wednesday, it's not always that day, but hey, I have to say it because I was staying on track with my schedule. But now it's like, no, I'm shooting this video before even Bethesda or even Microsoft's even out. So it's a Sunday. Yes, even though you're seeing this on a Tuesday. So I hope you guys do appreciate the video. I hope you guys appreciate my passion, my honesty, my love for video games. I'm giving you guys my honest opinion, and it's just funny that I said this about 3 or 4 videos ago that, hey, you know, when you're streaming, people aren't understanding that you have data cap and it's going to hit, and nobody talked about it until PC Magazine or PC Gamer came out and said, hey, this is what it is. Now, I don't know if it's exactly that. It's all varies for different things because he may just stream, or that person that's saying that may just stream. That's it. They don't have kids that have other things. So if you have all that, add that all together, man. Add your Hulu, add your Netflix, add everything that you stream and total that out, and you could just see for yourself, man. And then streaming at 4K, it just don't seem like it's going to be a good plan until Google Fiber Optics is everywhere. I mean, that's the only thing I could see. But then the prices will probably be crazy and insane. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do a good deed, stay safe, and take care of one another, and enjoy the video games. Enjoy E3 week. Guys, I'm going to be coming back with more videos, and I'm going to keep you guys in the loop and give you guys what my thoughts and my opinions are on all the action going on E3, and I hope it's a good one, man. I always want the best for us consumers. I could give 2 shits about the companies or who looks better. To us, it's about video games, and I want to see video games from Nintendo, PC, Xbox, any third-party big developer, Sony afterwards and before. I mean, we know that they're going to be throwing them games out there because they're not at E3, but I just want to see good quality content being made. I don't want to see anything, showcase that's like a 5-year-old game. You know, oh, this is coming now. I want to see new games, whether it be the same IP. I just want to see new innovation, new advancements, and I just want to see, the consumers happy and us, the gamers, because that's what matters. Stay safe. Like I said, do a good deed. I love you. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.